Welcome back. Poverty in Afghanistan has worsened, forcing desperate families to sell their daughters to survive.
The situation is deteriorating in this country, and especially children are suffering. And today I have been heartbroken to see that the families are willing to sell their children to feed other family members. So it's heartbreaking. So it's the right time for the humanitarian community to stand up and stay with the people of Afghanistan.
Hoshran is only 7 years old, but she has already been sold in marriage to a man. Hoshran's father, Hamid Abdullah, says he has no choice. He needs money to buy food for his family and medicine for his sick wife. The situation is so dire that Hamid Abdullah says he's willing to sell his other daughter. Children playing in a refugee camp on the outskirts of Herat are oblivious of the mental and physical agony their parents endure to feed them. A health clinic provides some relief for the malnourished, but the long-term outlook remains bleak for the children of war-ravaged and impoverished Afghanistan. U.S. President Joe Biden has told his Russian counterpart that any incursion against Ukraine will be met with a decisive response from the West. Vladimir Putin responded with threats of his own, hinting at a complete breakdown of relations between Moscow and Washington. Sarah Wong reports.
In their second telephone conversation this month, U.S. President Joe Biden again urged his Russian counterpart not to invade Ukraine. During a 50-minute phone call, Vladimir Putin was warned of decisive responses from the United States if he launches a military offensive. That could mean tough sanctions at a time when Russia's economic growth is stagnant and as it battles COVID. Biden said diplomacy is only viable if Russia reduces its military presence on Ukraine's doorstep. Putin refused to budge, calling new sanctions a colossal mistake and demanding binding guarantees that bars Ukraine's ascension to the Western military alliance, NATO. He has long berated the lack of written proof when in 1990, former U.S. Secretary of State James Baker assured then-Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev that NATO won't expand 1 inch eastward. But in 2004, the three Baltic states of Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, all former Soviet republics, became full members of NATO and the European Union. Western concerns of an invasion were propelled by Moscow's incorporation of Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula into Russia in 2014. Washington responded with economic sanctions and military aid to Ukraine. Relations have since gone downhill, with Russia accusing the West of jeopardizing its national security. But there could be a change of course when Russian and U.S. officials meet in Geneva next month to discuss their concerns. Sarah Wong, HKIBC.
Back in Hong Kong, 4 care home employees accused of abusing children they were looking after have been granted bail. The 4, aged 23 to 28, were driven to West Kowloon Magistracy this morning. They were granted bail of $10,000 each and banned from taking care of children, contacting former colleagues, or going to the care home in Mong Kok. The suspects, who worked for the Society for the Protection of Children, must also report to police twice a week. They will appear in court again next month with 2 others who were arrested. Luxury food items worth nearly $9 million have been seized in a joint anti-smuggling operation by police and customs. The 1,200 kilograms of Japanese Wagyu beef and 300 kilograms of dried sea cucumber were discovered on a speedboat heading for mainland waters. It was pulled over near Ha Pak Nai in Deep Bay late on Wednesday night. Authorities said there is strong demand for delicacies on the mainland ahead of the Lunar New Year. The boat operator, who's from the mainland, was arrested for illegal entry. The Hong Kong stock market has ended the year on a positive note, with the Hang Seng Index climbing 1.2% on the last trading session of 2021. Alibaba jumped 8.2% to lead a rally by tech stocks, which recorded their biggest increase in 3 weeks. Other investor favorites, including Tencent, Meituan, and NetEase, were also higher at the end of the half-day session. Tech stocks were back in favor after mainline companies listed in the United States rose overnight by the most in 13 years. Now let's take a look at the markets. The Hang Seng Index ended the day at 285 points. To the top 10 active stocks, the Tencent was up $13.40, Alibaba up $9, Meituan up $7, and JD.com up $14.20. Tracker Fund up 24 cents, Xiaomi up 26 cents, Wuxi Bio up $2.55. To the forex trading against the Hong Kong dollar, the euro is trading at 8.83, British pound at 10.50, and Australian dollar is at 5.65. Over in the UK market, the FTSE 100 is down 43 points. A freighter has arrived in the Russian Far East port of Vladivostok with a cargo of cars encased in ice. The ship encountered wintry conditions with a temperature below 43 degrees Celsius when it sailed from South Korea through the Sea of Japan. Strong waves lashed the vessel, covering the vehicles with water, which soon turned into ice. Ironically, the ship is named Sun Rio. On to the weather now. New Year's Day will be cloudy at first before turning fine and dry. Temperatures will range between 17 and 21 degrees. We'll head into next week in similar conditions. Now let's take a look at the weather around the world. That's our main news for New Year's Eve. Join us for more news at 11. I'm Johanna Chan. Happy New Year.